Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In my today's video I'm going to talk about aging and about the reasons why I have decided to age gracefully by the laws of nature, and made my peace with it, my inner peace. So I'm going to talk about this because I feel it's like a pressing thing to talk about. I've been wanting to talk about it for a while now. I feel like this whole YouTube, Instagram, social media community has taken the wrong turn, and it's just giving us these really fake beauty standards and just advertising this eternal youth, which is really unrealistic, and I fear it's even worse for young women now than it was for us back in the 90s when we were teenagers, and when like fashion models were our idols, should we say so, when fashion magazines were really influencing us, and all the Photoshop pictures obviously gave those fake standards of beauty. But now I believe it's even worse, because back then we knew it's all fake, you know, we knew that it's fashion magazines, it's television, it's just like fake reality, whereas now Instagrammers, influencers, social media people are just like regular people, basically the next door neighbor, should we say so, and they are mostly all portraying this fake image, like perfect life, perfect body, this perfect beauty. I just want this to stop. I want to address it. I want to say that it's something I'm not up for. I started this YouTube channel back in 2009, in June 2009. I was 28 years old back then, and I started it because I was super excited to have found a community of just regular next door girls, you know, who are basically sharing their beauty tips, their honest beauty tips, talking about their products that they generally use every day in order to look better and to feel better about themselves. Nothing was advertised because monetization did not even exist, so those were all very genuine, honest beauty tips. And the community actually existed in terms that people who had their YouTube channels were actually friends with each other and sincerely interacting with each other, doing giveaways that were actually spontaneous giveaways because you wanted to give something to those friends who are watching you and whose channels you are watching. Whereas nowadays it's all competition, and even if it's not competition, then it's collaboration, because of you get a certain advantage, you get to promote your channel. It's all about monetization, it's all about growing your audience, your channel, becoming more popular, etc, etc. Everyone is just looking for profit, and it just makes me so sad. Then whole this marketing story, beauty companies, cosmetic companies sending tons of products out to influencers. I don't even know if it actually exists, like a genuine video of a girl sharing her products that she actually bought and she's using them on a daily basis without them being advertised, sponsored by, etc, etc. It's just so sad. And when talking about giveaways, it's another subject, a whole different subject. Basically you have to follow a person on Instagram as well, on all social media. You have to also follow other people who are collaborating with that person on the giveaway. You have to like and share and tag and whatnot. No, back in the days it was very simple. I'm going to tell you how it was. Basically, I wanted to say a big thank you to all the people who is watching me, to all of my subscribers. I wanted to also interact with other channels that I'm watching, that are watching me, and I organized the giveaway. I wanted to give something that I purchased myself. And there was a simple rule, like you have to be subscribed to my channel. I'm going to ask you a question, write me your reply, or sometimes we would do like video response, like you have to do a certain makeup, how do you do your natural everyday makeup, smoky eye makeup, recreate your favorite celebrity makeup, etc, etc. So it was very, very fun. You know, it was very, very fun. It just disappeared, and it disappeared the moment money got involved. You know, money and profit and a lot of money that's now, you know, revolving around it. Whole that world disappeared. So the YouTube and social media that we have now is so different than it was back in the days when everything was just starting. And I really feel like I should say something because I was at the source. In 2009 I started filming beauty videos. I was present at the beginning when it all started. So basically what I can say now is that I'm really, really disappointed to see like a certain beauty standard that is set upon us on all the social medias, like all the young girls wanting to look the same, wanting to wear the same makeup. Everything is just fake reality, it's just not real. And those unrealistic beauty standards, you have to have a certain shape of nose, you have to have a certain shape of boobs, a certain shape of butt, you have to have full lips, and you can't age. Why can't we age? You know, it's natural thing to age, it's natural thing to show our signs of aging. This is why today I'm sitting here in front of you with just a minimal makeup and just wanting to show you my real self. I want to be my natural self. I want to love my natural self for what I am inside and outside, because if you don't work on yourself from the inside, you cannot possibly love your outside, your external, and you really, really want to change everything just in order to satisfy that certain beauty standard. And then when you even maybe possibly reach it with all those plastic surgeries, you still don't feel happy within yourself, because within yourself is the problem. Within yourself is where you have to start working. I'm also speaking from the experience because as I was growing up as a teenager, influenced by fashion magazines, obviously I wanted to look like somebody else. I never was fully happy with how I looked, so I always thought I had to change a little bit of something on myself in order to be more beautiful. Why couldn't I just accept that I already am beautiful the way God created me, the way Mother Nature created me, the way I am, and that I don't have to change one single thing about myself to be more beautiful, because I already am. Nowadays, for example, I really regret coloring my hair because I think I had the most beautiful color of the hair ever, and I can never get it back, no matter what color I try now. My son has this color of the hair, and when I look at him I'm like, gosh, this is the most beautiful hair color ever. Why did I ever color my hair? I did never make any huge changes on myself. Obviously it was just like coloring my hair or plucking my eyebrows. But now that I'm 41, and obviously start seeing changes on my body, on my face, for example, it's just not that fresh anymore, you know, youthful looking. I always wake up with some wrinkles on my face from the pillow, from the way I'm sleeping, and those wrinkles are way slower to disappear than they used to. Obviously those are like changes that you see on your body, and it's not easy to accept aging and just getting older, you know, getting gray hair and whatnot. It's not easy because it's nice to be young, because when you're young you're also full of energy, full of life energy. There is like a whole life waiting in front of you, whereas when you're getting older you're also coming towards a certain like sunset of your life. And I know I'm 40, I'm not like 80, but this is just how you look at your life at some point. Like, I'm already 40, I should have figured it out by now, I should be fulfilled in all fields of my life. This is something that is expected when you're 40, and then maybe you start thinking that there are certain things that you wish you had done differently, or some things that you haven't done and maybe you won't even have a chance to do them. So yeah, something starts like bothering you, but it's something that's from inside, and then it's reflecting on your outside, because you can't change certain things in your life, certain wishes that never like came true, and what you can change is your exterior appearance. It's the easiest thing you can change to instantly make you feel better, and this is exactly what is happening in this world. And I can assure you that people who are constantly going for aesthetic surgeries and cosmetic treatments aren't any happier with themselves. They feel constantly like they need to do more and more and more and more and more to obtain this just unrealistic beauty standard that society nowadays and themselves has set upon them. Also about the Botox, I would never ever use Botox because I want to have my facial expression. You know, once in a video I said that I want to recognize my father when I look at my face. I want to recognize my mother when I look at my face, my ancestors. That's why I would never change anything on my face. And also when it comes to wrinkles, I mean, why is it so hard to accept them? Why is it so damn hard to accept wrinkles? It's scaring me, just the thought that there are like 20-something girls that reach for Botox because they who make tons of money around that industry convinced us that it's the right thing to start early, like baby Botox and whatnot, similar crap, you know? First of all, Botox is a neurotoxin, and what they will tell you is just what you want to hear and just what they want you to know. Obviously, years and years and years after, some facts and some things will be made public, some researches will be made public. So it's a neurotoxin, and it's something that you are putting inside of your body, and no matter how they convince you that it's not toxic and it won't do any harm to you, it's like paralyzing your facial features. So it's not making you younger, it's not preventative, it's paralyzing your facial features, so you cannot move them, and it might paralyze them more or less depending whether you're doing baby Botox or just, I don't know, gallons of Botox, but the fact is that this is how it works. It paralyzes your face. And is it something that you really want to put inside of your body, in your organism? I don't. I really personally don't. I don't want to challenge my body like that. I had a friend. She was like in her 40s when I was in my, I don't know, late 20s, and she has been doing Botox for a while, but then she stopped because of financial reasons for a while, and she got these huge deep wrinkles on her forehead and on her face. My grandmother, when she was 80, she did not have such pronounced wrinkles, and she grew up working in the fields, you know. When she was 8 years old, she already worked outside in the fields, in the sun and everything. And she, at the age of 80, she did not have such pronounced wrinkles. So basically, if you start with Botox, it won't prevent you from getting older. You are still going to get older, your organism is still going to age. You're just going to paralyze certain features on your face for a certain period of time, and you will have to keep doing it in the course of years. And how are you going to look at 40? How are you going to look at 50 without Botox? I'm just scared to even imagine that. You will continuously have to get these treatments, or else you will look even older than you would if you were to stay natural. I am not against people who are doing these treatments on themselves. You know, everybody is entitled to do whatever he or she wants with his body. At least it should be like that. If you're not harming anyone else, you can do whatever you want with your body. I am against this whole industry, against this propaganda, against this advertising, marketing, pushing on us that cult of youth and those cosmetic treatments that you can undergo to stay eternally youthful. I'm against that. I'm against 40-something women who are doing their makeup or presenting a beauty product, saying they look like that because of that beauty product, but they did not disclaim that they had some procedures done on their face. So they literally look like that, not because of the beauty product, not because of the good genes and Mother Nature, but because they had something done on their face. I am against this false advertisement. I think we should all accept ourselves and work on the inside. I think we should step a little bit away from all the madness that's going on the social media, from all the fake reality that's been sucking us in, and just go outside in the nature and enjoy the life that's around us, you know, the reality that's surrounding us. My mom, when I was in my 20s, used to always say to me, "You're so young and beautiful, young and beautiful, young and beautiful." By the way, she still says that to me now that I'm 40, "You're so young and beautiful." But I always, you know, connected young to beautiful. And then, to be honest with you, I started thinking, now that I'm no longer so young, that means I'm not beautiful anymore. And it's something that it's a bit hard, you know, to accept, but I don't think that youth is connected to beautiful. I think that beauty comes in all ages and in all different shapes and forms. I think the most beautiful thing is when you are really satisfied with what's inside of you and when you really take care of your body and your organism. That's why I really want to share here on my channel more natural remedies, how you can not prevent aging, but like slow it down or just help your skin feel, you know, and look the best it possibly can. Also some really good recipes that you can, you know, just enjoy and that your whole organism will benefit from, because we are also what we eat, and the food that we eat, the food that we take inside of our organism, it's so important. So overall, I just wanted to give this message that I strongly think it's time to change, to stop a little bit and change the direction where all this is leading. I don't want to give bad example to the teenagers. I don't want them to grow up, you know, very frustrated about their appearances, about their looks, you know, thinking that they have to be eternally youthful to be beautiful, thinking that they have to change things about themselves to be beautiful and to be accepted by the community and by the society. For example, I'm on Instagram minding my own business, and then all of a sudden there are all these advertisements in my feed about aesthetic surgery, about Russian lips or whatever that is. They show pictures of really young girls getting those lips. So now every young girl has to have Russian lips in order to be more beautiful, in order to be more attractive, more appealing, cool and accepted. Is this really what we want for our children? is this really the kind of world based on appearances and on youth? I don't think so. I think it's time to stop. I think it's time to get involved in this and to speak our mind, to be honest and truthful. And as I've said, I don't judge anybody who decides to do cosmetic treatments in order to feel better. I'm just against this whole agenda and propaganda. I always felt like that, even when I was in my 20s, even though, as I've told you, it's a bit difficult for me to accept that, you know, I'm already 41, for reasons such as where and when have all those years gone? But you know what? Last year I was in a bad place physically. I had really big spondylosis problems, you know, neck problems, etc. I just wasn't feeling well. I had these really weird symptoms. I had to go through a lot of tests, analysis. So I went to this clinic in Italy that also had like aesthetic surgery department, and I saw a lot of women, like young women, going there clearly for aesthetic reasons, and I was just thinking, my gosh, I would just like never ever in a million years want to undergo a certain procedure or invasive procedure to improve something, like to get bigger boobs or bigger butt or bigger lips, just because beauty standards tells us to. Like, beauty standards, they really manage to brainwash us to think that we are not beautiful if we don't have certain body features. That's just crazy. I mean, that's just insane. I was just hoping that I was healthy. This was my only wish, you know. If I'm healthy, if I feel good inside my body, physically and mentally, I am beautiful. You know, beauty and health just shines through you, and this is something you have to remind yourself. Don't ever risk your health just to get to that fake beauty standard. People who make a lot of money, they brainwashed us. They implemented this thought in our brain by social medias, by advertisement. They just implemented that thought that we need to change something in order to be happy, in order to feel beautiful. And this is just so far away from the reality. And really, I wanted to speak about that. And another thing that I really want to address, it's another topic, is that I don't think that it's okay to teach our children that they can choose what sex will they be when they grow up. It's just not normal. It's just not by the laws of nature. We are all born with a certain sex. We are either male or female. This is what Mother Nature or God has given to us, and it's just okay. It's a normal thing. It's a beautiful thing. I know there are people who don't feel you know, good within the body they were given. That's one thing. And this whole movement and trying to brainwash our kids into thinking that this is normal is just not okay. And I will speak now because I cannot longer be silent about this topic. I think it's not normal. It's just vile, and it's just child abuse to teach a child who doesn't even know anything about that, and to just confuse a child in that way. It's just beyond tragic. It breaks my heart, really, and it breaks my heart that it's now like politically correct to speak in a certain way and share certain idea. No, I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to go with the flow just because nowadays it's something that's, you know, politically correct. I don't want to support that. I just don't. Personally, when I was growing up, when I was like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, I used to play with cars all the time. I used to hang with my grandfather, and I would know every single type of the car that was parked in our neighborhood. I used to help him, you know, clean his car, and I always looked at his toolbox. I was obsessed with tools that he was using around his car. At some point I even imagined that I was a male character from my favorite movie back then. And what if my parents told me that I was a boy back then when I was 5? If they kind of directed me into that way, they would have caused serious damage on my brain, on my whole development, because it's just what a lot of kids go through. It's a phase. I also thought I was a dog. I mean, I didn't think I was a dog. I was just pretending to be a dog. And then we went outside in a restaurant, and I remember this little girl of my age coming to me and, you know, wanted to get to know me, and she asked me my name, and I said I'm a dog. I had all these colorful like little straws, plastic straws, and then she grabbed it from me and said, if you are a dog, I'm going to take all these away from you because dogs don't need straws. And she went away. At that same moment I stopped being a dog, you know. She's taking away my straws. You know, this is just how kids are. It's just a phase. If my parents started, you know, raising me as a dog, what life would I have now? Would I live in a kennel, the dog collar on my neck and the leash? You know, just, gosh, children are so innocent. All this propaganda should just stop. We should just stop manipulating our children. And internet and just the whole cell phones, smartphones are the most harmful things that we can possibly give our children in the hands. And I will speak about that in another video. This is just a couple of things that were sitting on my heart that I really wanted to say, and I don't care if it's not what you wanted to hear, but it's my truth, it's what is coming from my heart, and nobody can tell me that I shouldn't speak like that. Nobody. Because it's my freedom of speech, it's my freedom to express myself, it's my freedom to still maintain what used to be normal and speak about what used to be normal. It's my freedom to not want to accept the new normal that they are setting upon us. That's it for this video. I've shared more than enough. I just want to say to you, stay beautiful by working on your interior, just by finding the peace within yourself, and just be happy, live in the moment, in the present moment. Go outside, take in some fresh air, and just be thankful for the fact that you are alive, and life is so beautiful, and so are you. A big kiss from Croatia, and I will talk to you soon in my next video.